What's the mind really for? Is it just a collection of thoughts, emotions, and memories? Or is it something more dynamic, something designed to help us survive, grow, and adapt to the world around us? That's the question William James asked over a century ago, and his answer gave birth to one of the most important movements in the history of psychology, functionalism. Unlike other early psychologists who were focused on breaking the mind into pieces, studying structure, sensations, or isolated elements, James believed the key was understanding function. In other words, what does the mind do? Why does it do it? How does it help us live? Functionalism is the idea that mental processes exist for a reason, they serve a purpose, and that purpose is tied to how we interact with the environment. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're walking down a dark alley at night. You hear a sound, you freeze, your heart races, you feel fear. Now, a structuralist might ask, what are the parts of that fear, the physical reaction, the emotion, the thought? But a functionalist like William James would ask something different. What is the fear for? And the answer is clear. It prepares you to survive. It focuses your senses, speeds up your reaction time, and helps you escape danger. That's function in action. James believed that consciousness isn't a thing, it's a process, a stream, a flow that helps us adapt to changing situations. That's why he called it the stream of consciousness, because it's not static. It's moving, it's alive. For James, the mind is not a machine to be dissected, it's a tool for living, a way of making sense of the world and responding to it. This was a revolutionary idea at the time. While earlier psychologists tried to treat the mind like a laboratory object, James made psychology personal, practical, and grounded in real experience. He asked, how does memory help us plan? How does attention help us learn? How do emotions help us act? All of these questions reflect the core of functionalism, studying how mental processes help us function and thrive. James also emphasized the importance of individual experience. He believed that no two minds were exactly alike and that psychology must respect the richness of human variation. We're not all wired the same, and that's what makes the mind so interesting. But functionalism wasn't just about theory, it shaped how psychology is practiced today. It led to the development of applied psychology, educational psychology, and even behavioral science. It inspired questions like, how do people learn best? What mental habits lead to success? How can we design systems, schools, or therapies that actually help people live better lives? And here's something James believed that still matters today. The mind doesn't just receive information, it acts. It selects, it focuses, it chooses what matters. Our thoughts aren't passive, they are active tools for adaptation. And our consciousness, instead of being a mirror of the world, is more like a spotlight. It highlights what's important for our survival and growth. He also introduced the idea that emotion and reason are not enemies, they are partners in action. Emotions tell us what matters. Reason tells us what to do about it. Both are essential for living a functional, meaningful life. So, what does this mean for us? It means that your thoughts, your emotions, your awareness, all of it is part of a system that's trying to help you navigate life. You don't have to analyze every detail. You can also ask the bigger question, what's the purpose of this feeling, this reaction, this behavior? Sometimes the answer to why do I feel this way isn't found in your past, but in your present need. That's the spirit of functionalism. It's about usefulness. It's about adaptation. It's about the mind in motion. And that's the legacy of William James.